Om Namo Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. उम्माज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तु ते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौरङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवारि पाश्चात्यरिषतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरि बोल। हरे कृष्णा जी यानी प्रभु।
Obeisance of Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, dear Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
यानी प्रभु की जय।
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Devash Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Dharani Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Devash Prabhu was a long
What?
time seeing, huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
Few days, not. Yes, Prabhu. I was wondering, where is Devash Prabhu?
Had a rough month, I said.
But प्रभु?
Sorry, bro?
I had a rough month.
Oh.
Okay.
Relative died, and one after another, I had some other problems. So,
It's okay, bro.
yeah.
Thank you, bro. Hare Krishna.
Yes, nice to have you back, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, meet Prabhu, Dandat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Journey Prabhu, are you driving?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Pranam, Jai Shri.
Actually, I went late today. I was eating. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu, I'm driving.
Oh, yes.
So this time is okay. Like from 9 to 10, it's like, yeah, we can read and better like sleep also early. Yeah, so.
Yes, Prabhu. Okay, today we read the chapter 49. Krishna wrecks the Dwaraka fort.
Dwarka footage. Means it's like he establishes Dwarka fort. Okay.
I think he lives there now.
No, erects means like takes the stand of Dwarka fort.
Oh, does it?
Erects means like it's standing, no?
To raise.
Oh, yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. To raise. Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
Okay, let's read. Haribol. After his death.
Prabhu, today
Yes.
I had a good meal. Like I watched one video. Oh no, I talked to Karthik Prabhu also that yeah, we have to also take care of the body nicely and we have to be conscious of that because this is a temple of the Lord, through which we are serving. This is so important. It's like a vehicle. We are not maintaining vehicle, then how can the soul carry that?
Yes.
So.
Yes, that's
yeah,
true.
yeah, Prabhu, you can carry on. Yeah.
Thank you. After his death, Kamsa's two wives became widows. According to Vedic civilization, a woman is never independent. She has three stages of life. In childhood, a woman should live under the protection of her father. A youthful woman should live under the protection of her young husband. And in the event of the death of her husband, she should live either under the protection of her grown-up children, or if she has no grown-up children, she must go back to her father and live as widow under his protection. It appears that Kamsa had no grown-up sons. After becoming widows, his wives returned to the shelter of their father. Kamsa had two queens. One was Asti and the other was Prapti, and both happened to be the daughters of King Jarasandha, the lord of the Bihar province, known in those days as Magadha Raja. After reaching home, both queens explained their awkward position following Kamsa's death. The king of Magadha, Jarasandha, was mortified on hearing the pitiable condition due to the slaughter. When informed of the death of Kamsa, Jarasandha decided on the spot that he would rid the world of all the members of the Yadu dynasty. He decided that Krishna had killed Kamsa. The whole dynasty of the Yadu should be killed, since Krishna had killed Kamsa. He began to make extensive arrangements to attack the kingdom of Mathura with his innumerable military phalanxes consisting of many thousands of chariots, horses, elephants, and infantry soldiers. Jarasandha prepared 13 such military phalanxes in order to retaliate the death of Kamsa. Taking with him all his military strength, he attacked the capital of the Yadu kings, Mathura, surrounding it from all directions. Sri Krishna, who appeared as an ordinary human being, saw the immense strength of Jarasandha, which appeared as an ocean about to cover a beach at any moment. He also perceived that the inhabitants of Mathura were overwhelmed with fear. He began to think within himself about the situation of his mission as an incarnation and had to tackle the present situation before him. His mission was to diminish the overburdened population of the world. Therefore, he took the opportunity of facing so many men, chariots, elephants, and horses. The military strength of Jarasandha had appeared before him, and he decided to kill the entire force of Jarasandha so that they would not be able to go back again and reorganize their military strength. While Lord Krishna was thinking in that way, two military chariots fully equipped with drivers, weapons, flags, and other implements arrived for him from outer space. Krishna saw the two chariots present before him and immediately addressed his attendant brother Balaram, who is also known as Sankarshana. My dear elder brother, you are the best among the Aryans. You are the lord of the universe, and specifically you are the protector of the Yadu dynasty. The members of the Yadu dynasty sense great danger before the soldiers of Jarasandha, and they are very much aggrieved. Just to give them protection, your chariot is also here, filled with military weapons. I request you to sit down on your chariot and kill all these soldiers. The entire military strength of the enemy. Naturally, both of us have descended on this earth just to annihilate such unnecessary bellicose forces and to give protection to the pious devotees. So we have the opportunity to fulfill our mission. Please let us execute it. Thus Krishna and Balaram, the descendants of the Gadaha king, Dasharha, decided to annihilate the 13 military companies of Jarasandha. Krishna went upon the chariot of which Daruka was the driver, and with a small army, and to the blowing of conch shells, he came out of the city of Mathura. Curiously enough, although the other party was equipped with great military strength, just after hearing the vibration of Krishna's conch shell, their hearts were shaken. When Jarasandha saw both Balaram and Krishna, he was a little bit compassionate because both Krishna and Balaram happened to be related to him as grandsons. He specifically addressed Krishna as Purushadama, meaning the lowest among men. Actually, Krishna is known in all Vedic literature as Purushottama, the highest among men. Jarasandha had no intention of addressing Krishna as Purushottama, but great scholars have determined the true meaning of the word Purushadama. to be one who makes all other personalities go downward. Actually, no one can be equal to or greater than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Jarasandha said, "It will be a great dishonor for me to fight with boys like Krishna and Balaram." Because Krishna had killed Kamsa, Jarasandha specifically addressed him as the killer of his own relatives. Kamsa had killed so many of his own nephews, yet Jarasandha did not take notice of it. But because Krishna had killed his maternal uncle Kamsa, Jarasandha tried to criticize him. That is the way of demoniac dealing. Demons do not try to find their own faults, but try to find the faults of their friends. Jarasandha also criticized Krishna for not even being a Kshatriya. Because he was raised by Maharaj Nanda, Krishna was not a Kshatriya, but a Vaishya. Vaishyas are generally called Guptas, and the word Gupta can also be used to mean hidden. So Krishna was both hidden and raised by Nanda Maharaj. Jarasandha accused Krishna of three faults: that he had killed his own maternal uncle, that he was hidden in his childhood, and that he was not even a Kshatriya. And therefore, Jarasandha felt ashamed to fight with him. Next, he turned toward Balaram and addressed him. "You, Balaram, if you like, you can fight along with him, and if you have patience, then you can wait to be killed by my arrows. Thus you can be promoted to heaven." It is stated in the Bhagavad Gita that a Kshatriya can become benefited in two ways while fighting. If a Kshatriya gains victory in the fight, he enjoys the result of victory, but even if he is killed in the fight, he is promoted to the heavenly kingdom. After hearing Jarasandha speak in that way, Krishna answered, "My dear King Jarasandha, those who are heroes do not talk much. Rather, they show their prowess. Because you are talking much, it appears that you are assured of your death in this battle. We do not care to hear you anymore, because it is useless to hear the words of a person who is going to die or who is one who is very distressed." In order to fight with Krishna, Jarasandha surrounded him from all sides with great military strength, and the sun appeared covered by the cloud, air, and dust. Similarly, Krishna, the supreme sun, was covered by the military strength of Jarasandha. Krishna and Balaram's chariots were marked with pictures of Garuda and palm trees. The women of Mathura were all standing on the tops of the houses and palaces and gates to see the wonderful fight. But when Krishna's chariot was surrounded by Jarasandha's military force, they became so frightened that some of them fainted. Krishna saw himself overwhelmed by the military strength of Jarasandha. His small number of soldiers were being harassed by them, so he immediately took up his bow named Sharanga. Sharanga. How is this pronounced? Sharanga.
I
Sharanga.
think it's just Sharang. I don't know, like
Sangha.
that.
Sangha.
It's Sanskrit. It's like we have to learn that.
Sangha.
Yeah, it's Sharanga.
I think.
Shah. That is Shar. That's for sure. Sharang. That
Yes.
N pronunciation I did not get it.
He began to take his
Krishna
arrow.
Probably Sharanga.
Krishna Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Bhang Prabhu Dandar Pranam Jai Shri
Krishna
Prabhupada.
Prabhu,
Hare
Pranam, Jai
Krishna
Shri
Prabhu
Prabhupada.
Dandar Pranam Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Pranam,
Krishna.
Pranam, Jai
Prabhu.
Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Dandar
Bal.
Pranam, Jai Sri
Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Prabhupada.
Hare Bal.
Hare
Jai Shri Prabhupada.
What is
Hare
this?
Bol.
Hare Bal, Prabhu. You are back, Prabhu.
Libak Prabhu, you have some new picture. I was like, what is
It's a different phone.
yes, Prabhu, okay. Oh, Pranjal Prabhu is not here.
Um,
Okay, then he began to
Oh,
take.
is that Devash Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
Long time I've seen him, eh? How are
Yes,
you,
Prabhu.
Devarash Prabhu?
I am fine, Prabhu.
Yeah, long time, Prabhu.
Yeah, I'll be regular.
Oh, yes, Prabhu. Haribo.
Hare
Okay, Prabhu, who can continue?
Yeah, I think I can.
Prabhu, before that, can I ask something which I like? I saw one lecture by Prabhupada
Yes.
on duties of soul and body. So actually, I got the thing like what I was having the doubt, no, but like I can't understand fully what Prabhupada was actually meaning to say. as he was saying that our society has to function properly, it should have a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra, and it's like complete. And if a person only like let's Brahman, Kshatriya, what's happening in right now reality? Like all are like becoming Shudras and just working blindly for money and you think also Vaishyas are there, like doing businesses and all. But Kshatriya and like Kshatriya is also military and all. But Brahmanas are like very almost they're not there. Like I don't know. We are doing the work of some Brahmanas, I think, and
Yes,
see
Prabhu.
how small we are in terms of number. So what I feel that I am getting more and more interested in learning scriptures and studying it, and I like in a flow I deliver the preaching and all. I today went to the medical for like because I was feeling a little dizzy and all, so took vitamins. So one small child he saw me, Arey bhaiya, who did that tilak? Then I saw, say, your mother. No, no, my mother is in my home. I did by myself. Oh, wow, you do? Yeah, I do every day. At last, I told him you can chant Hare Krishna and all. He's a very little guy.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, in Kali Yuga, everyone will be like Shudra, actually.
He's out, Prabhu. I don't know what happened. Oh, he's back.
What happened?
It's cut at the end.
Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhu.
Bro, am I audible?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I
baby.
told you that little guy's mother. My mother, like she told me that yeah, very much positive and good vibes are coming from me and all. I told her, no, no, it's not from me. I'm just following Prabhupada and I'm joining a society named ISKM. I told her that yeah, it's this and that. And ISKCON is like not following. She told me that yeah, she follows this one. And I told nah, you do good research. It's not following. So what I feel this is the real thing I should do. Like I am doing right now the real thing. And people are all like just to seeing me what he's doing, what he's doing. And previously also when I was a little actually I had a psyche problem when I was like doing everything, dancing, singing, this, that, and kind of a mad. But now I'm doing the thing in a controlled manner and yeah, in good regulation, in association. So yeah, people
Oh, Prabhu cut again.
Semi Prabhu, I was thinking about your story. I was like, yeah, man, you're the boss, eh?
We need
what
what?
like happening? It's
I was thinking,
Prabhu, like automatically closed.
Yes,
So
Prabhu.
what I was about to say, but I feel like am I like a Brahmana? Like what as Prabhupada said, these are all bodily concepts: Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. As soon as you come into spirituality, like main thing is you are just dasanu das, like as said by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But reaching to that stage, till we reach that stage, we have to act as a Brahmana, Kshatriya, or Shudra, or Vaishya. And I mostly resonate with Brahmana. So should
Prabhu,
I prepare for career and go into Shudra lifestyle? What do you feel by this?
but Prabhu, the Vaishnava is above Brahmana. So you are already
Yeah,
up.
Vaishnavas are above Prabhu. I'm talking in terms of bodily concept because I am just two
Yes,
months
Prabhu.
into it now,
Basically, you
and
want
I've
to
realized
become
so
a
much,
full-time
and
devotee.
I'm mostly
I am
resonating with
thinking
learning
you should
scriptures
become
and
a preacher.
Yes, Prabhu.
yeah, that I'm doing every day. Today I preached three, four
Yes.
guys, and in medical, I preached little loudly. They were like 10 to 12, 15 people. They're in line and also sitting. And when I was telling to her, this little guy's mother, that yeah, ISKCON is not good, you should do this. And then I told Hare Krishna mantra you should do. And you just do 2 to 5 minutes in morning. Like she was following ISKCON, but still not chanting. I told, do Hare Krishna mantra. She told Hare Krishna but only. Oh, no, 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 no. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Ram. ISKCON she is following when they don't know just the mantra. See, I told her, yeah, yeah, just do to 2 to 5 minutes you can chant in the morning, and just one shloka you can read in night. And with time you can grow that. Definitely it will grow because you will feel nice and better. As my friend Rakesh, he was
Yes,
chanting day before yesterday. He started. He started with 10 minutes. He and me. He called me. He made one group named Hare Krishna and called me. He was so enthusiastic because he was having a picture of Prabhupada in his phone. That is why I think. So, and yesterday we chanted 15 minutes, and before me coming, he was already chanted 10 minutes. It's 25 minutes yesterday. Today I don't know because he got up late. But yeah, with time, he will also develop because this is transcendental sound. And
Yes,
if we regularly, I'll definitely
ask
every day after finishing my rounds, go to his room and we'll chant. So I'm feeling so much energy. I don't say like I can't say, yeah, my mind's a little dizzy, my body is a little tired, but still, this is like a fire in me. Uh, like I have also lost 2 to 3 kgs, I think, no, 5 kgs of fat, like useless fat. Little it was there.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
relate to
like
that.
four packs, like 4 pack abs, little it's visible right now. Yeah, I should be cautious of eating because no. If I won't it'll go like this, then muscle also would go.
Amit
Okay, bro.
Prabhu,
So yeah,
I was saying, I also told His Grace Sundar Gopal Prabhu that I was losing weight. And then he gave me an order to eat more if I want to gain a little bit.
yes,
Can
Prabhu.
you hear?
he what's happening? Yeah. Yes, I
I
can hear.
think you're not right. I was saying he also gave me an order to eat more, even though the Shastra says you must eat less. But because it's affecting my body, he told me that I can have more of prasadam.
Yeah, if we lose much weight, then we have to eat little more na, in order to gain that amount of muscle and fat which is necessary.
Yes, Prabhu. Your network is very bad, Prabhu. Or is it mine?
Ooh.
Can we continue reading, Prabhu? Or
Yes, Prabhu.
What's happening? Just Zoom is automatically getting closed.
Yes, Prabhu. Maybe because of connection.
Yeah, might be. Prabhu, actually, today, like 3 days, it will go like Innovision Fest, TJ, we are doing.
It's cutting.
First year I was when I what, Prabhu?
It's cutting. We can hear every second word.
Your voice is coming in intervals.
Yes, Prabhu. Same. Can you hear Labahang, Prabhu?
My also, like
I can hear it. I hear you saying it, Prabhu.
No,
but
Prabhu, I cannot hear him clearly. There's disturbances.
Yes, Prabhu.
my voice is also not very clear.
Yes, Prabhu. You can
Now
type
it's
it out.
clear now. Yeah. Prabhu, you can
Okay.
speak, it's clear now.
This screen is loading. It's saying like Sammy has started screen sharing. It's writing. And it's like just loading. Nothing is appearing.
You may have network issues, Prabhu.
Lines are all full. 5 lines are there. I don't know what's happening.
I was thinking maybe you can turn on the aeroplane mode for 10 seconds and join back again. Sometimes it happens.
Haribo. Where is Vivek Prabhu? Oh, there down. Haribo Prabhu. Haribo.
Haribol. Okay, who will read?
I will read maybe a few pages and
Yeah, we
I'll
have many
pass.
pages to go. We need to
How many pages?
like 7.
7.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, let me just try and tilt my phone.
Like week ago, I saw a dream about this Jarasandha, and I woke up in a panic. Jarasandha was about to attack, and I woke up. I was like, "Oh, it's Jarasandha." That was really weird.
The other day I was also being chased. She being chased away, eh?
Yes, bro.
By who? I don't know.
I remember this name because I was thinking in my mind, like, oh, Jarasandha is coming, and I was looking around. I don't know where it come from. I hadn't even read the story.
Yeah, Prabhu will tell you immediately when you wake up, you chant.
Yes, Prabhu.
I wish he came today, eh? Because I only ask questions just to get just to imbibe his energy.
Yes, Prabhu. Okay, Prabhu, continue from this part.
Okay. He began to take his arrows from Prabhu. He began to take his arrows from the case, and on one after another, he set them on the bowstring, and shot them towards the enemy. They were so accurate that the elephants, horses, and infantry, soldiers of Jarasandha, were quickly killed. The incensed arrows thrown by Krishna appeared as a whirlwind of blazing fire, killing all the military strength of Jarasandha. Wait, can I just... Prabhu, is it like, what's a whirlwind?
It's like a tornado.
Yes, Prabhu.
Oh, he was distracting the other, what do you call them, opponents on the war with a whirlwind. Or was he actually
Yes,
killing
Prabhu.
them?
Yeah, he was throwing.
Because I think I think I watched something like this in the Mahabharata, Prabhu. Yes. As Krishna released his arrows, gradually all the elephants began to fall down, their heads served by the arrows. Similarly, all the horses fell, and the chariots also, along with the flags. The chariot fighters and the chariot drivers fell as well. Almost all the infantry soldiers fell on the field of battle, their heads, hands, and legs cut off. In this way, many thousands of elephants and horses were killed, and their blood began to flow just like the waves of a river. In that river, the served arms of the men appeared to be snakes. Their heads appeared to be tortoise, and the dead bodies of the elephant appeared to be small islands. The dead horses appeared to be sharks. By the agreement of the supreme will, there was a great river of blood filled with paraphernalia. The hands and legs of the infantry soldiers were floating like seaweed, and the floating bows of the soldiers appeared to be waves of the river. And all the jewelry from the bodies of all the jewelry. Can you go a little bit up, Prabhu? All the jewelry from the bodies of the soldiers and commanders appeared to be so many pebbles flowing down the river of blood. Lord Balaram, who is also known as Sankarashana, began to fight with his club in such a heroic way that the rivers of blood created by Krishna overflooded. Those who were cowards became very much afraid upon seeing the ghastly and horrible scene. And those who were heroes began to talk. Those who were heroes, where am I? I lost my place now. Oh, whoa. Oh, and those who were heroes began to talk diligently among themselves about the heroism of the two brothers. Although Jarasandha was equipped with a vast ocean of military strength, the fighting of the Lord Krishna and Balaram converted the whole situation into a ghastly scene, which was far beyond ordinary fighting. Presence of ordinary mind cannot estimate how it could be possible, but when such activities are accepted as pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, under whose will everything is possible, then this can be understood. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is creating, maintaining, and dissolving the cosmic manifestation by his will only. for him to create such a vast scene of devastation while fighting with an enemy is not so wonderful. And yet, because Krishna and Balaram were fighting with Jarasandha just like ordinary human beings, the affair appeared to be wonderful. All the soldiers of Jarasandha were killed, and he was the only one left alive. Certainly, he became very depressed at that point. Shri Balaram immediately arrested him, just as with great strength. One lion captures another lion. But while Lord Balaram was binding Jarasandha with the rope of Varuna and ordinary ropes also, Lord Krishna, with a greater plan in mind for the future, asked him not to arrest him. Jarasandha was then released by Krishna as a great fighting hero. Jarasandha became very much. Prabhu, do you have these books like PDFs?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Please send them when we are done with the session.
Okay.
Ashamed, and he decided that he would no longer live as a king, but would resign from his position in the royal order and go to the forest to practice meditation under severe austerities and penances. As he was returning home with other royal friends, however, they advised him not to retire, but to regain strength to fight again with Krishna in the near future. The princely the princely friends of Jarasandha began to instruct him that ordinarily it would not have been possible for him to have been defeated by the strength of the Yadu kings, but the defeat which he had experienced was simply due to his ill luck. The princely order encouraged King Jarasandha. His fighting, they say, was certainly heroic. Therefore, he should not take his defeat very seriously, as it was due only to his past mistakes. After all, there was no fault in his fighting. In this way, Jarasandha, the king of Magadaha province, having lost all, could do nothing but return to his kingdom. Thus, Lord Krishna conquered the soldiers of Jarasandha. Although Krishna's army was tiny in comparison to Jarasandha's, not a pinch of his strength was lost, whereas all of Jarasandha's men were killed. At that time, the denizens of heaven became very pleased and began to offer their respects by chanting in glorification of the Lord, and by showering him with flowers. They accepted the victory with great appreciation. Jarasandha returned to his kingdom, and Mathura city was made safe from the danger of an imminent attack. The citizens of Mathura organized the combined service of a circus of professional singers like Sutas, Madahas, and poets who could compose nice songs, and they began to chant the victory glorification of Lord Krishna. When Lord Krishna entered the city after the victory, many
Prabhu, can we go a little slow? Like, actually, I'm not understanding fully because like today I'm a little tired. So, like, can we go slow or what? Little slow?
like in reading.
Yeah, in reading.
Oh, forgive me, Prabhu. It's the energy of the
No,
book.
it's okay, Prabhu. Because like today I did so much. I went to the park and like kind of there I was also like doing bhajans and too much bhajans I did. Preaching also 3-4 people and so I'm too much tired. Feeling sleepy, yeah. So, but
Yes,
it's
yes,
okay, you
Prabhu.
continue.
When Lord Krishna entered the city after the victory, is it a right pace, Prabhu? Many buglers, conches, and kettle drums were sounded, and the vibrations of various musical instruments like beria, turia. Is it turia or turia? Turia,
Yes, Prabhu.
vina, vina flute, and
Surya,
mridanga.
Veena, flute, Mridanga.
Mridanga all joined together to make a beautiful reception. While Krishna was entering, the whole city was very much cleansed. All the different streets and roads were sprinkled with water, and the inhabitants, being joyous, decorated the respective houses, roads, and shops with flags and feastoons. The
What are
Brahmanas
these
chanted Vedic
feastoons?
mantras.
What, Prabhu?
What are
Feastoons.
feastoons?
Yeah, I also don't know.
Decoration. They're like party decoration.
They are what?
Party
Party
decoration.
decoration. Like the balloons and all those things, Prabhu.
Okay, celebrations. Yeah.
Is it celebrations or the things that decorate?
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah,
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Like nowadays, like we do balloons and celebrations and so on. Kind of that thing, might be.
yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah.
The Brahmanas chanted Vedic mantras at numerous places. The people constructed road crossings, entrances, lanes, and streets. When Lord Krishna was entering the nicely decorated city of Mathura in a festive attitude, it's the place where Kamsa came from, where he was ruling as king.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Decorated the city Mathura in a festive attitude. The ladies and girls of Mathura prepared different kinds of flower garlands to make the ceremony more auspicious. In accordance with the Vedic customs, they took yogurt mixed with freshly grown green grass and began to strew in it here and there to make the victory
No,
jubilation.
why they are mixing yogurt with grass?
Yes, Prabhu.
That's what I was thinking.
They are
It does not
about to
sense.
make some eatable thing or like to
Maybe for
something
cows.
else.
So just play with the yogurt to make the
Prabhu,
celebration more.
what does stew mean?
What, Prabhu?
What does this stew mean?
Stew, isn't it?
What does what mean?
Stew means kind of mixing, I think.
Stew.
Kind of mixing might be.
No, Prabhu. I mean, it's something like.
It means to spread around.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was like, when some meat that is called stew.
No, this is true.
Oh, stew, not stew.
Yeah, because milk is really auspicious. So when there is celebration, they sometimes throw butter to each other's and ghee and yogurt. There is explanations like this. So it's auspicious.
Oh,
Yes, Prabhu. Cow urine also they will spread
yes,
for
Prabhu.
us.
can I continue?
Prabhu, I have a doubt regarding that same, like I was talking about one ashram systems, no? So like right now everybody is mostly Shudras and Vaishyas.
Yes, everyone is
So
Shudra.
They are not even
everyone is
Shudras
Shudra.
also.
Vaishyas
Yeah.
also nobody, like business people,
Yeah,
entrepreneurs,
everyone
businessmen.
is Shudra. Shudra
How
means
like their business?
they are
They
relying
have
on
Shudra
someone else.
mentality, Prabhu. Everybody has Shudra mentality.
Yes, Prabhu.
Just work for money and maintain family, nothing else.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, this is Shudra mentality. And what is Vaishya then? What is
Is it a
Vaishya
Shudra?
mentality then?
Vaishya, he usually makes trading. But
Yeah.
we can
Protection of
business.
cow and he does
Business or what?
Yeah,
Usually
farming
they-
and
they do
milk
farming
produce.
and they sell grains, milk, and things like this that they
So
get.
right now, as we can see, like Elon Musk and Microsoft, like founder and like those people who are like having the big businesses. So who are they? Like, are they Vaishyas or Shudras?
They are lower
Shudras.
than Shudras, Prabhu. They are Chandalas. They are meat eaters. They are not even part of any civilized.
They are lower than Shudras. They
Yes,
are
Prabhu,
business
how can-
people, no?
Yes, Prabhu. They are.
No.
These are mlechas.
But the first, it doesn't simply mean that if you are
Prabhu.
doing business, then
Yes,
you become a Vaishya. There are also the rules and regulations in order to become a Vaishya. Like
Yeah.
the first
Okay,
business
okay,
of
okay.
Vaishya is to protect cow.
Yes, Prabhu. And actually, meat
And
eater
they
is
are
not even
killing.
considered as human. Meat eater is considered as animal. So how can animal be?
Oh my God. Like now, right now, people are not also in this poor Varnashrama, like they're eating meat and
Yes,
all.
Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Prabhu, a Sudra, are they part of the Varnashram system also? Is it a
Prabhu,
category there?
they're working.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, Prabhu.
But
I can continue.
Prabhu, they will be in one ashram only if they don't eat meat and like harm anyone. Na? But nowadays, everybody is eating meat. Like
Yes, Prabhu. In India, there is some persons who don't eat meat, but mostly whole world is eating meat.
So what I think, like, they are not even Shudras, they're lower than Shudra, like all people.
They're
Is
called
it?
two-legged animals.
My God, like they're
Prabhu,
not
can I
humans,
ask you
they're
something?
animals.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, Dvipad Pashu.
That is why this much suffering and like depression and suicides are happening like next level. My one doctor is there in our college, so he served for 1.5 year here. Okay, and he died. What's the use of that MBBS degree when he can't sustain his life and he don't know how to live and just suicided just for a simple false fake relationship? What is that mentality?
Oh, what happened?
He died because a relationship heartbreak and these are so silly things.
Like, do you mean suicide?
Like they say like heartbreak and breakups are like next level. These are the silly things.
Yes,
These are
Prabhu.
nothing. Yeah,
Yes, Prabhu.
like
But
they're not living like humans and then telling like we are suffering and we are like getting dukha and this and that.
yes,
First, you live like humans. If you live like humans,
Was
then
he
you
a
won't get
doctor?
any suffering because humans are meant to serve.
Was he a doctor, Prabhu, or what?
Yeah, he was a doctor, MBBS doctor. Yeah, I consulted him 4 to 5 times. He was a very good doctor from South India.
And he
But
died after years becoming a doctor, or what?
what?
Like you said, he died after like how many years after being a doctor?
He joined NIT Rourkela in 2023, and just last week he died. What is the use
Oh,
of that?
yes, Prabhu.
two.
When he don't know his own swadharma and he is doing some foolish things, just like consulting people, and he don't know who he is really is. So normally everybody have become like this only. Like they're not reading our scriptures like Bhagavad Gita and all. And then they are saying we are suffering so much dukh and so much of like this and that. How can
Semi
It is
Prabhu.
because of their
like
joys.
like whole world now I'm getting like whole world is the same problem. Like God has created such a beautiful system. If you just follow, every suffering would get cleared. Just reading Gita, just understanding Bhagavad Gita
Somebody
under
asked,
a guru. Yeah,
yes, Prabhu. I was saying somebody asked Prabhupada that why is there suffering in this world?
yeah.
I mean, not why is there suffering in this world? Why is like somebody suffering, like some person on the street, like a beggar? So
So what
Prabhupada
he
said
told,
because of his choice, because of his choice.
my
They
because of his choice he's
may
suffering.
be saying
My
indirectly or
I want to suffer. I want to
directly.
suffer. Then he'll say, yeah, I'm suffering. What's the use then?
No, no, not like that, Prabhu.
Yeah. So then,
He directly or indirectly does action which can lead to that. Suppose like there are businessmen. They think, oh, this
yeah.
meeting or businessman or person, they are like, oh, this meet eating is so good. And they will store all the money and do all the terrible things. They don't know that they have to suffer those reactions. They think, oh, right
And
now I am here, I am the
again, they
boss,
are
and I will do
collecting all the
whatever I want
money.
with, yeah.
Again, they are collecting all the money which is meant to eat by the people who are working in like who are farmers, who are basic people, and like due to that only hunger is like world is stricken by hunger. And if they just take how much is needed and just donate that, how much they are earning to temples and to the Lord service, and if they don't want for Lord service, it's okay. Like normal donations and all. If like everybody do those basic things, then there will be zero sufferings. But this is won't happen. This is Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga, like in this, it won't happen.
Yes,
There
Prabhu.
is always suffering in this world, Prabhu. Whether Kalyuga or
Yeah,
not,
another yuga also.
In
always
what
suffering.
was in Satyuga? Like what was the condition?
Everyone was
Uh,
Paramahansa, but suffering is still there because real suffering is birth,
Suffering
old
also in
age, disease, and death.
Satyuga, Mike.
Yes, Prabhu.
Real suffering is birth, old
What?
age, disease, and death. Real suffering is birth,
Yeah,
old age,
birth,
disease,
old
and death.
age, these are there.
So in
Apart from
Satyuga,
this,
everyone is a Paramahansa, but these things are still there.
Yes, Prabhu.
yeah.
Krishna says in the Bhagavad
No,
Gita,
this is common
Dukhanayam
now.
Ashashvatam.
We
So
are in the
the
body, then this suffering is there. When we leave the body, it
yes,
won't be there. But I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about normal day-to-day lives. Like people who are not in devotional service, Like, are they suffering in Satyuga?
The thing is,
Everybody is a Paramahamsa,
Satyuga
Prabhu.
or other
Prabhu,
yugas?
Prabhu, here, everyone
Yeah.
is suffering all the time, but the thing is that most of people is they are not noticing that they're suffering. And also, if you look at all the
Means
animals,
Paramhans means
Paramahamsa means a very great devotee. They are all, I have heard this in lectures, that in Satyuga, all the
if they are
people,
very
all
great
the,
devotees, then why, how they would suffer?
there is no suffering. The truthfulness is
Means
100%
if they
there.
are great devotees, then how they will suffer?
yeah, I don't know
That
if
is
Means
what
I
I'm
didn't get
saying.
it fully.
I wouldn't maybe say that all of them are like pure devotees, but there is more pious souls in Sadhya Yuga. They are
Yeah,
most
they're like doing thousands of years and like tapasya and all.
Yeah.
yes,
They
Prabhu.
live 100,000 years.
Yes,
10,000, I think.
no 100.
100.
100,000 years.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna, Bhakti God Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. All glory to Srila
Jai
Prabhupada.
Prabhu, Dandar Pranam.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Prabhu, Dhanavad
Prabhu,
Pranam, Jai
Dandavat
Shri
Pranam, Jai
Prabhupada.
Srila Prabhupada.
Aibo, if I can add some, Aibo, Amit Prabhu, very nice question you asked. Prabhupada, he says, and actually this is in the Shastras, that actually Kali Yuga is the best age to become devotee because there is not so much suffering in the
Yeah.
previous Yuga, and the Satya Yuga, there is the least amount of suffering because people, they do Vedic sacrifice. And Krishna, he says in the Gita that the Lord, he blessed us by giving all this sacrifice, demigod worship, big rituals like that.
No, like how can you say that we are not least suffering in Kali Yuga, as Kali Yuga is the
Yeah,
most
and Kali Yuga, there is
sinful
No, no.
age?
maximum
There is
Kali
more
Yuga,
suffering in Kali Yuga.
and actually,
What?
my dear Prabhus, even the Pandavas, they were pure devotees, and they were constantly suffering, which means even you are the best devotee of the Lord, you will still suffer, and no one
No,
suffered more
suffering will be
than the
there, na,
Pandavas.
like this is Dukhalayam.
Yes, Prabhu. Prabhupada he
Yeah.
says they tried to poison the Pandavas. Their wife have been insulted, in exile for 30 years. They tried to kill Bhima by giving poison cake, by drawing him. So many, and Prabhupada he says, but when a
It's
devotee
so much they have
suffers,
struggled, like we just can't, we are
yes,
just a speck
Prabhu.
of them. Yeah.
Yes,
Very
actually,
true, Dan
suffering
Prabhu.
is impetus to progress. So in the Satya Yuga, it is more difficult to be Krishna conscious than the Kali Yuga. And this is a verdict of Yashadev.
But
And
how can it happen? Doesn't it seem like irony or what? Like in Satyuga, like all
Yeah, but Prabhu,
like
you see,
sins
Satya
were
Yoga
not there.
is the positive age.
What?
Like, don't people surrender more in Satya Yoga than Kali Yoga? Because in Kali Yoga we call ourselves gods and everything.
actually, Prabhu, in the Satya Yuga, you have the same problems as in the higher planetary system. When you don't suffer that much, it doesn't create an impetus to surrender and ask yourself questions. That's why Prabhupada he said
Yeah.
that
Like
In
human
they are
Satyuga, all the
enjoying their
people are there
life,
in the
so why they would
in
question?
Satyuga, the people are there in the mode of goodness, but we have to transcend the mode of goodness. We don't have to follow the
exactly.
Varnashram
Yeah,
system. We have to grow above it. We have to become Vaishnava. That is the actual
in
goal
that
of life. So in
in that
Satyuga,
way,
everyone is
Satoguna is
following like the
trapping
Varnashram
people.
system, but that is not the best. In like that conversion between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramanand Rai, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is asking is that what is best. So he is like Varnashram system. No, better than this, better than this. Then to serve Krishna in like the way gopis serve, that is the highest. That what we do.
Okay.
Yes, Prabhu, and then they do meditation. They don't do chanting or they don't do direct service like book distribution. They sit down and they try to meditate on the Paramatma.
It's like they were doing Dhyan Yoga, not Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is the highest.
Yes,
No, Bhakti Yoga is always present, Prabhu, always. Like in
But they were not
Prahlad
doing that.
Maharaj Prabhu, during Prabhupada he says that the Bhagavad Gita is 40 million years ago. It is known to humankind. So it has been known in all other yugas.
yes, Prabhu.
It is just that
But
people
like
they are
the
pious, but they are conditioned by the sattva gun. And then it decreases.
not everybody is a devotee. They are all very pious, but not
Yeah,
everybody is like a devotee.
Prabhupada says actually that in the
Okay.
material world, it is impossible that everyone becomes devotee. Impossible. Even after Lord Chaitanya came. Prabhupada says we are not looking after utopia. It is a golden age, but it is not that everyone will become Krishna conscious. The same thing always is happening. Always.
Like Dhruva
So
Maharaj.
actually, what I get from it is like in Satyuga, like they were just doing dhyan yoga and like sitting one place for ten thousands of years and getting boons and getting elevated. Then
No,
after
no, no,
finishing,
Prabhu.
coming back
In
and
like
the
Prabhu,
cycle going
in
on. And
Prabhu, in every
can I ask
yuga,
one
the
question?
means to attain God is different. In like if you want to attain God in
yeah,
Satyuga, then
yeah.
you only have to do meditation. In Treta Yuga, you have to
Okay.
do yajna. In Dwapar, you have to do deity worship. And in Kali Yuga, you can do by
Yeah, I have
chanting.
heard
This is
that
the only way. So like they were
chanting.
following that only.
Prabhu,
So, so
I
is
just wanted to know,
was that bhakti
in the
yoga? Like
Satya
what
Yoga,
was it including in bhakti?
Satya Yuga is like summer season, Kali Yuga is like winter season.
yes, I just I wanted to know
Yeah.
something.
I
Does he
winter
come as a
season.
form in Satya Yoga
No,
because
no, no.
everyone is
Actually, I was about to ask that in like all other yogas, like people were doing the activities as stated in the Shastras, but was that Dhyan Yoga in Satya Yoga, was the deity worship in Treta Yoga, was that yajnas in Treta Yoga, was that included in Bhakti Yoga? Because as we have heard, listened and learned through the Gita that Bhakti Yoga is the only way to understand Krishna and go to Krishna.
Bhakti yoga
So,
means to serve him. Like so, like they meditation, but they meditate on Vishnu. So that is why it's considered bhakti. They don't meditate on like anything else. They meditate on the
okay, now
location of
it,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Lord. And then they also only worship in
yeah.
they do yagna, but they do it for again satisfaction for
Prabhu.
Vishnu.
So it was kind of a bhakti yoga for that specific yoga, and for this yoga, it's
Yes.
only chanting.
Yes.
Yeah, by
But
chanting
Prabhu,
only you can gain like ten thousands of years of like tapasya and all.
Yes, bro, but chanting is also always there, but it's more prominent during this time.
Prabhu,
So we are
I
very
just
fortunate.
Libong Prabhu want to speak for like 3 hours. You go, Libong.
I wanted to
How
know,
can you
Prabhu,
speak for 3 hours?
India Satya Yoga, Prabhu. Like, does the Lord come in a form? Because everyone, I think, like let's say majority of people they believe that God exists. So I think does he come as a form because people don't forget him? Because in Kali
Prabhu,
Yoga, I think we forget about the Lord easily.
Prabhu, the Lord, one of the name of the Lord is Triyuga. He appears
Oh
in
yeah,
every
yeah.
millennium. This is stated in Bhagavad Gita. Yada yada hidalmasya glaniba. In
Glani
every
bhavati
millennium,
bharata.
Krishna comes. So he comes in Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar
Like,
Yuga, and Kali
so
Yuga.
why do
Yeah.
they meditate in Satya Yoga, Prabhu?
But
Because
Prabhu,
they said, why do they meditate in Satya Yoga?
Oh, actually,
Like
But
it's
what I
those
think is like in such yoga is like everybody is like pious persons. So and also got a very long life. Like so they have to do so much of like it's like a
It
very
is
much
stated in
competitive
the
environment.
Vedas.
They have to work very hard, do very much tapasya to attain that goal, which we can attain very easily because very less competition is there. What I think like 0.0001 very less competition. Like very few people want to attain truly what is God and how we can know who we are and all. So that's why it's so easy process in this yoga. Is this?
yeah, because we are
yeah,
showing.
I
lots of
Right
competition
on, right.
doesn't matter, Prabhu. I was thinking like there is no competition that everybody can get God. It's not like a competition, but people are not
Okay.
interested in getting God. It's not like a competition. So, because He is unlimited. So like everybody can get it.
Prabhu. Can I
Yeah.
ask you, when they meditate in Satya Yoga, do they think of God or do they go in the void like these Buddhists
No, no.
nowadays?
They think of Vishnu, Prabhu.
Or they think of Vishnu?
Yes.
It was kind of a like focusing between eyebrows and looking a
They
little
meditate on
tilted
the lotus feet
above
of
and
Vishnu
Hey,
Yeah, like they have to like
yeah,
sit
yeah,
in
yeah.
a that is very not high in a clean place, like secluded clean place, not very high, not very low, and then have to, and they also cannot break meditation until they say Vishnu. It is like that. So until they say God, they simply stay in meditation.
You have to sit
I
in
thought
meditation
Brahman
until you
itself is
realize.
the form in Satya Yoga.
In Satya Yuga, white avatar appeared to Kardama Muni to establish meditation as the process of self-realization.
Oh yes, yes, Prabhu. And then Prabhu, like the sacrificing of animals, like were people sacrificing animals followed Krishna, or was it for their own demonic things?
It was to
It's
test.
like in Dwarpa. I think it's Dwarpa.
What I
Or
have known, bro, what I have known, sacrificing
they
animals,
used to do-
it's like you are telling, like the priest tells the mantra, which says that you are killing the animal right now. In next birth, the animal will kill you.
No, no, it's
oh yes,
not like that.
Is this
In previous
is this
Yuga,
truth
the
or false? I
sacrifice
don't
were
know.
conducted in such a way. No, no, in
That is
previous
for
Yuga, the
that is for
sacrifices
Kali
were
Puja.
conducted in such a way that the animal will get a new body.
Yes, bro.
That they were conducted
Yeah,
to
but they
test
were
the
like very much
potency of the
qualified
mantra.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes.
brahmanas, very much
Amit Prabhu,
qualified
what you
brahmanas.
just said, what you just described was is
It's
for Kali
happening in Kali
Puja.
Yuga. It's
That
happening.
is for
Yeah,
Kali
yeah,
Puja. When they offer to
yeah.
Goddess Kali, then they have to say this mantra.
In
But it
previous
wasn't
Yuga,
like
they did
that.
not used to eat animals. They used to
Yes,
sacrifice and the animal would get a new body. They were not doing it for eating. By in Kali Yuga, they do it for eating. So like that,
Yeah, that
for
is
that
why the
the
cycle
mantra
goes
you
on
say.
and on.
Oh,
see here. The device used for killing animals in the sacrifice was not designated to facilitate eating their flesh. The killing was specifically intended to give a new life to the sacrificed animal by the power of Vedic mantra. The animals were sacrificed to test the strength of Vedic mantras. Yagnas were performed as a test of the mantra.
right. So Prabhu, you
So
say Satya
actually,
Yoga, like
Prabhu, from that video I watched, na, like the duties of the body and soul. What I got, like this is the main thing. If just people understand that, like one thing I want to know, how can a person know that he is a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, or Shudra? As right now everybody is Shudras.
isn't it
People
the
say that,
spiritual
but yeah,
master?
they all are Shudras.
Become Brahmana
So
only. You can become Brahmana only by initiation.
Isn't the spiritual
okay.
master the one who will tell you?
When you get second initiation, then you become second born and you become Brahmana.
So if I am intended more towards learning these scriptures and like spreading knowledge, preaching and all, and less focus, like my interest is decreasing in normal careers, so-called careers and all. So what can I infer from it, this information?
Then you should, because if you want to be brahmachari, it is said brahmachari kurukula. That means brahmachari belongs to the gurukul. So you should try to plan
Gurukul.
how you get to the temple with all the other brahmacharis so you can learn from them. Even
I
if it's
can't
five
get it
years,
fully.
even if it's 7 years, you should have a plan that, okay, in 5 years I will be in the temple if I want to become a brahmachari. But brahmachari doesn't work outside of temple really nicely. It's more difficult.
Oh, okay. So like, so like, how can we preach then widely that Harinam Sankirtan
Prabhu, I
movement?
was saying
See, it's like
that it
outside
doesn't
only.
matter that in which of the four varnashram you follow, like whether a Shudra or a Brahmana. Main thing is to
Yeah.
become a devotee. Yeah. So it shouldn't matter.
Okay.
Your main Prabhupada
Same
said
thing.
this that you should design your life in such a way that it is you can become. It is best easiest to become Krishna conscious. So you should like design a
Okay.
life in your way. That would be you will be able to follow the principle of Krishna conscious the best way.
So if we just follow what's written in like what's our like bhakti scriptures and all, so we should not care about all other varnashrams or poor.
Yes. Krishna will provide. You don't worry about that. Krishna has said that whatever my devotee lacks, I will provide, and whatever he has, he will preserve.
Yeah.
You should only focus on being Krishna.
So then, like as I said, my interest in learning scriptures and spreading the knowledge as I preach in normal words
Yeah.
only, I say
Yes.
the thing to
No, no.
people like three to four.
Yes, yes. That is very nice. You should do. You should continue doing it.
Yeah.
And Prabhupada he also says that when you are Vaishnav, automatically you are a Brahmana. And Prabhupada, he would equal Kanishta Adhikaris with being a Brahmana. Prabhupada, he would say it is the same thing. So when you become truly devotee, you are automatically Brahmana.
Yeah, there's
And
two
Prabhupada
kind
he
of
says,
Brahmana. There is
if we do not,
Brahmana Pandit and there is Brahmana Vaishnava.
So we are on the paths to become Brahmana.
yes, Prabhu, actually, Prabhupada he says like that.
Yes,
And
Prabhu.
we have to come to the Brahmanical level. You know, there is two initiation, Harinam.
Yes.
Prabhupada he says this is more liberal. We can give to anyone, you know. Prabhupada he gave Harinam initiation to crazy people, we can say, you know, they were hippie like 2 months before, right? Prabhupada he will
Yeah,
give
hippies, they're like
Harinam
so much.
initiation to people who had doubt about Krishna being God. But then Prabhupada he say most important is the second one, because you have to come to this platform of being Brahmana, truthful, clean, non-violent, reading the scripture, learning the scripture, teaching other, deity worship. So first initiation, and the second one, when you become a Brahmana, it means you are in the mode of goodness, and only when you are situated in the mode of goodness, you can come to pure goodness, Suddha Sattva, and this is pure Vaishnava. Because there are different grades of Vaishnava, Prabhu. There are Vaishnava in Tamagun, in ignorance, in passion, in goodness. We must come to Vaishnava in the mode of goodness. And then we will become pure devotee, pure Vaishnava. So when you say we are all Shudra, this is completely correct. Kalo Shudra Sambhava. Every one of us, we are born Shudra. No second birth, no rites, no rituals from the Vedic scripture. But
Yeah.
by chanting Maha Mantra Hare Krishna and following the four regulative principles, we become free from sinful reaction, we purify our consciousness, and we can elevate ourselves nicely up to the mode of goodness, which makes us Brahmana, and then pure devotee.
Yes,
Okay.
Dharani
It's
Prabhu
like
has
leveling up story. Yeah.
also Dharani Prabhu has sent you hundreds of references that I didn't notice. Only now I noticed. But there is, oh, he has given you second set of answers to all the questions you asked, so you can also take note of those.
Like everything is in scripture. Like it's clearly given. Now I'm getting it. Like previously I was doubting what would be career, this, that. Like what is career? You just read Gita. It's everything. It's written there. How to like sustain life. How to know who
Yes,
you are and this and that. Everything. Yeah. People are
And
like
actually,
taking it. Ah,
Prabhu
it's just
Dharani
normal
Prabhu
thing. Not taking it seriously.
and you know, Prabhu, when you said like, how do we know our Varna? Prabhupada he says this is in the scripture.
Yeah,
Krishna he
yeah, yeah.
gives
That
all
is
the qualification in the Gita, and you know yourself. Prabhupada he says like that. You know what is your what you are
inner self.
attracted to. Yes, Prabhu.
So I
Do
know
you
what
You're
want
I'm
just
to?
attracted
afraid
to.
of saying it, that Prabhu.
Yeah.
And also, Prabhupada he
I
said
am
that.
attracted to learning scriptures. Yeah.
So this is Brahmanical qualification, Prabhu. Yes, like the Vaishyas, they are attracted to, you know, agriculture, cow protection, doing business like that. And
yes,
Prabhupada he said we must engage the devotees in their natural aptitude, because we cannot go against our
Okay.
nature. The nature we
Yeah.
gain by being in the contact of the three gunas. So a good leader, he will
Okay.
see,
Okay.
oh,
yeah.
Amit, he likes reading, studying,
Yeah. Yeah.
philosophy, chanting.
Like
So,
songs and like bhajans.
And
That is
it,
also
so
knowledge,
yeah,
kind of. Yeah.
this is Brahmanical. Prabhupada he says like that. Cultivation of knowledge. This is Brahmanical qualification. But if you have
And bro,
like,
right now I'm feeling like a real me. Previously, I was just like studying for placement, studying for classes, That wasn't like
Yes,
so
Prabhu.
lazy. I was that also. Now I like energetic and bold and like doing real things. So also what to do.
Yes,
So
Prabhu.
like bro, what I'm saying that everybody should be a devotee, and additional to that, to sustain the life in this world, we have to choose either Brahman or Kshatriya or Vaishya or Shudra, using which like whom which are more we are most attracted to, so that we can sustain life here in a better way. Because all four are important, na? As it is said, like head is like Brahman, like and this chest is like Kshatriya, and hands and legs are Shudras, and the whole body is important. And right now, like people are walking like one movie came actually in here, India. There it's like Sarkata. His head was not there. Okay, so the whole world has become like that. No Brahmana, no head, and people are like walking like zombies.
Mm.
That I
And
feel like strike to my mind.
actually, Prabhu, there is something that Sami Prabhu he said earlier, which is very important. Maybe it's what another one. We cannot concoct what we work, what we do. We have to learn from the spiritual master, you know. And if the
Yes,
spiritual
yes.
master is
Just
not physically present, you take a knowledge from bona fide Shiksha gurus. Because back in the time of Prabhupada,
yeah,
the devotees, they were concocting things. We will sell diamonds, we will open be a rock band, we will sell records, and Prabhupada, he will cut their nonsense, you know. Many times we speculate what we should do. That's why we have Guru, and Guru will tell you do this job, you do like this, you go in this temple, you do farming, you open a Gurukul like that.
yeah. Like
That's why
Guru
we
runs
need
the
Shiksha
world. If
Gurus
you listen to
because
him,
yes, Prabhu,
you know
because
what you
Guru he know
truly.
what is best for you.
Yeah. Are you a Shudra or you a Kshatriya, Brahmana? What's your
Yes,
inclination? Yeah, that is why Gurukul is the best. Gurukul is like monitored by gurus, and yeah, he's like interested to learn like weapons and all. Yeah, you go and do weapons, you go into military. Yeah, you are interested
that
to do business, you have very good, you go there. You are scriptures and you go in Brahmanas. Yeah, but everybody
that,
be a
that's
devotee
why
because that is very important.
that's why Prabhupada he constructed ISKCON and ISKM is following
Okay.
nicely. Like Prabhupada,
Yeah.
GBC, Sannyasi, Temple President. When you listen your authority, ultimately you listen to Prabhupada. That's why he constructed all these temples. So we can be guided nicely by authority. And the authority, he knows what is best for you because he's advanced. Oh, he should do this and that and that. And like this, we follow our spiritual master. So I encourage you to stay in association with ISKCON devotees because many devotees here are very advanced. You see, like Devash Prabhu, he quoted 10,000 Shastras in 2 minutes.
Yes.
Dharani Prabhu, he copy pasted the whole Bhagavatam in the public chat. So
What
you follow
bro just said
people.
about 10,000 Shastras? What he
No,
did?
it was a joke, Prabhu. It was a joke. Like we do not speculate. We only
Okay.
quote from the
How
Shastra.
10,000? Yeah.
Mm.
Yes, Prabhu, this is important injunction. Anukulyasa grahanam pratikulyasa varjanam. One should give up unfavorable activities and accept only favorable conditions in devotional service. This is one nice instruction to remember that whatever comes to your way, you think is this favorable for my Christian devotional service or is this not? If it's not favorable, then you give up. That's the instruction. People.
Aribu.
And also, Prabhu, you should read Nectar of Instruction soon.
So actually, bro, I have a question.
Yes, Prabhu.
Like right now in IITs, NITs, and other technology, like I'm engineering student, so asking about it only. So they prepare for either placements or civil services, like competitive exams, or go for higher studies. So the placement aspect, uh, is it Shodra? And the higher studies does it go say like does it resonate with Brahmana? I don't know.
No, Prabhu.
Can you
These
clarify that?
all this material education is like Prabhu. Swami Prabhu can show him that Maya re Jal. You know that material education is like Maya's that I forgot the verse.
But
Yes,
still, bro, like the person who chooses Grihasthashram, he has to do some work now. So for that, I'm asking.
Yes. No,
Prabhus,
but
thank you for association, Prabhus. I
thank
have
you
to
very
leave
much.
you
now.
should try.
Dandacharan.
You should try to do job. Like
Jai
you
Bol
should
Bom Prabhu.
study as less as possible.
I can't hear properly. Like, what is it?
Actually, the whole answer is in Bhagavad Gita. When Prabhupada explained in the purport that even if you work in a factory doing manual job, if you give the fruits to Krishna, you are neither a Shudra, Kshatriya, you are a sannyasi, Prabhupada says. So all this designation, we don't care what we do. We are Krishna devotee.
Yeah, that
Brahmana,
is the main thing.
Kshatriya, Grihastha, Brahmachari, we don't care. Prabhupada says there are many people in this movement, they work at factory and they give their salary to broadcast this movement. They are neither this and that. They are sannyasis. So all this upadhis designation, like Devansh Prabhu said, we are just focusing on Krishna. And like he said, we must not work like cats and dogs 24 hours a day, you know. So you keep this in mind. And even the Grihastha is not supposed to toil like
Because,
70
bro, what I
hours
was
in the week.
feeling before joining ISKM and doing bhakti, like before 3 months, till 22 years, I was like, so every day, so much tension, stress, this and that. And now I came to know we are son of God. We are son of God like Jesus was son of God. So what is stress then? What is anxiety then? This is due to we have forgotten completely that we are sons of God and we are just blindly enjoying. And that's not enjoyment. That people say it's enjoyment, but that's not enjoyment. That's like dropping a stone in own leg and then saying it's
That is what
enjoyment.
Maya is, Prabhu. They are suffering, but they are thinking that, oh, we are actually enjoying. That is Maya.
Enjoying. Say,
Yes.
oh,
Yeah, Nimanita
which
Prabhu
makes you
said
think in
that
the reverse direction.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, Prabhu.
Nimanita
that
Prabhu
is
say
Maya.
that even if you want to learn to how to make money, you can learn it 10 times better outside of any school because they
Yeah,
don't.
that's for sure. Yeah. This Karmis people also say that.
Yeah, he gave an example that there is many devotees who have just somehow, when they didn't go to school, somehow they came up with some idea because automatically the ideas start to come. For some make YouTube channels, some, for example, what I did, I was without any money. Suddenly in my mind, idea
Okay.
came, go to forest, pick some berries and sell them. So I sustained myself like 1 year by going to forest, picking berries. And like this, some idea will always come to your mind if you're in need of money.
Yeah, definitely. It will come because as I can see
Yes,
in spiritual life also, like I'm every day coming different ideas how to preach and this and that
yeah,
and different kind of things. So this money is a very small thing. We can do anything to earn money and sustain ourselves. And main business is devotion and bhakti and
yes,
nothing else.
Prabhu.
And
And
to
like
sustain that,
here,
we have to earn money. To
yes, Prabhu.
sustain that, we have to do everything because that is the main thing. But people are like, no, 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 no. Earning money is the main thing. Family, Arey, you, that is Maya.
Yeah,
Like it's
Prabhu,
opposite.
they
Makes
want
you
to
believe opposite.
earn so much money. We should earn only
Yeah,
money that is like enough for our sustenance. We should not earn
that's
more
like
than that. But they are not like that. They want to
they are like kind of
earn lots of money.
luteras. Like they're
Yes.
stealers.
Yes,
Like Elon
because
Musk,
Yes.
one
biggest
thing
stealer.
that people don't consider is that in this life you cannot actually, even if you work and do work, you're not gonna increase your money in this life. You're just gonna increase maybe your money next life, but you cannot affect this
Yes.
money, this life's money. It is already done in the past life. So if you want to make more money, you're only gonna get it in next life. So what is the use in that anyways? And see, in this year it is said also that Prabhupada explains that there is no education actually. The modern education means simply a craftsmanship. If you can prepare a nice motor car, this is craftsmanship. It is the blacksmith's work, it is not knowledge. Knowledge is different. So therefore, the modern education system is to create dogs. You will never be happy
Yeah,
unless you get
modern
some.
This is
education just
amazing.
creates workers,
Okay.
just
In
Yes.
blind
modern
workers,
education, there is
nothing
no
else.
knowledge,
This is
no
modern
knowledge.
education.
So they are just teaching things, some
Oh
skills, you
my
know.
God. So,
And
I mean,
but
that's why
Prabhu,
Gurukul is the
the
best.
main point with what I'm saying is that they are only teaching craftsmanship, how you can do
Yeah,
something
nothing
with it.
else.
But you could
Just
actually
blindly
learn
copy paste.
everything that they are teaching 10 times better from some YouTube video even. You watch it, you learn it. But like video editing. If you want to learn video editing, if you go to college or somewhere to learn it, it will take you 4 years. If you open YouTube and try type how to video
Yeah,
edit,
only 1 2 days you can learn.
some few months
Yeah,
you
yeah.
will be master at it. So usually school is the slowest way anyways to learn anything. I realized when I was in school. Because it is because the school system is made so that everyone can move at the same level. It's not benefiting those who are much
Yeah, actually,
faster learning.
British people when they came to India, Max Muller said that everyone is very happy, everyone is very very happy and like sustaining their lives in a very best way, and we have to do something. So they kind of mistranslated the scriptures, and then it like made modern education system. You have to like wear shirts and pants. You have to be like a stray dog belt. It's like, nah, this is my stray dog. These are army of stray dogs. So these all are this whole India is like become most of India has become like army of workers. Just we have to just go work to sustain family, and if we won't work, how can we live? How can we live? This is the working in my family also. If you won't work, if you that is why they're fearing for my devotional service. Like they are like, if you become this, then how can you earn money? How can you sustain family? Are sustaining family is not everything. It will happen naturally if the society runs in the order of four varnashram systems of Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra.
Yeah, if you go see
People
the
are not
pig,
learning
or you
Gita. Like,
if they go see any animals, they are maintaining huge families. The pig has 30 kids and they are running around, all are happy eating. So if the pig can maintain its family really nicely, why couldn't the human
yeah, why
maintain?
can't? It's just a normal thing.
Yes, bro.
Just become a so big thing. So human life we have got to inquire like Athato Brahm Jigyasa. And we are just like elephants are eating giraffes, birds, everybody they are eating. That's normal for them. So it should be normal for us also.
Krishna provides
It should
every.
not, yeah, Krishna
Yeah.
provides everything.
Yes, Prabhu.
And we have to
You were
strive
about
what
to
we have
say it.
got the human life for.
Yes, Prabhu. And usually in this modern society, people they die from overeating. I'm not usually
Yeah,
seeing
yeah,
them
yeah,
die
yeah.
from undereating.
Yeah, overeating, undereating, I don't know whatever.
Yes,
Like
Prabhu.
they're not balanced.
Bro, yes, bro, they are doing always like making his like we can live very happily. But in my
Oh, now I'm understanding things. Like as you said, na, Maya is like opposite. So that is why people question, yeah, he's wearing tilak, he's devotee, he's this, he's that, see, he's a madman. Actually, the person who is in so much of like ignorance and like just into the uh, dump, if he see like all everybody lives in the dump, everybody lives in the graveyard and like full of smell and this and that, and they saw one beautiful person. Then yeah, he's a madman. He's not like us. He's not dirty. Like
Yes, Prabhu. And
no,
one thing
yeah, yeah,
also that came to my mind is that, hmm, what it
I
was?
have an example regarding this. Like in like there is like like for the hospital for all the mad people.
yeah, yeah. The same
So
thing.
in the hospital, all the mad people are friends with each other, and they tell to the doctor, "Oh, don't go near them. These doctor
Don't go
are
to doctor.
actually mad."
Doctor is mad.
But in
Actually,
reality,
you
the
are mad.
doctors
You
are
are
same
telling doctor
people.
mad.
Yes. So in reality, the doctor are
Same
same.
thing is
So same
happening.
like that.
Yeah, this
They are
whole world is
telling the
full of mad
devotees
people.
that they are mad, but in actuality, the devotees are sane and all the.
Yeah, they are real
Yes, Prabhu.
person. They are a
And,
real human. They
and
are
one
come
thing
here to save
about
you.
this,
Yeah.
the
If you
Come here
ask
to
them
save the
vaccine.
what is
mad
the
people
purpose of
in the
life,
world.
if you ask them
Yeah,
what is the purpose, or do anything.
do anything. Yeah, what you.
Yeah, yeah. Be happy. How to be happy? For that I don't know. You figure it out.
If you don't follow the orders of God, how can you be happy?
Yes. Just be they want to become happy, but they
Don't
are
know.
thinking they will
Yeah,
become happy without surrendering to Krishna, which is not
yeah,
possible. So
yeah. Because we are
they're getting their
Amsh of
uh,
him.
Yes, Prabhu.
So we are Amsh of Krishna. So we need him because we are incomplete now. We need him to survive. We need him. Like how people don't understand. They say we are sons and like God is our Mata, God is our Pita. That one slok is there, na? Um, People say, but they don't follow. I don't remember that. Tumhi Mata, Tumhi Pita, Tumhi Guru, Tumhi Sab Ho.
Ah, yeah. I have heard this.
In
Tame
Diwali, they also sing.
forgot.
Tumeva Mata, Cha Pita, Tumeva,
Yes,
Tumeva Bandhu, Cha Sakha, Tumeva, Tumeva Sharanam Mama Deva Deva. I don't know. Yeah, something like that. So you are all, but still you are real, not following your orders of the real father and just following the father of the body who changes in every lifetime.
Yes, Prabhu. And one thing is,
Yeah, now I'm completely confident. Yeah, my doubts are getting kind of almost got cleared. Just Ishta Goshti, I'll join and yeah. And one more thing, I can come to like Bhubaneswar, like as I said by Pyari Mohandas Prabhu, that Sundar Gopal Prabhu is coming to 17th and 15th, 16th, 17th is holiday for me. So I can go and talk full
yes,
one day live.
yeah, go definitely.
yes.
That would be most.
That would be
Yeah,
the best.
he will be like pinpointingly describe this is your purpose of life. You just do this, you'll be happy. I like, okay, master. I'll follow your words because you are
Hare
just
Krishna,
following
Dandavat
like
Pranam, all
repeating
Vishnu
words of
Prabhupada.
Prabhupada.
This is
Yeah,
Raj
yeah.
Bhaktidas from ISKM Pondicherry, Gurudev Vrindavan, Radha Krishna Temple Building Project. Namo Brahmane Devaya, Go Brahmane Hitaya, Jagat Hitaya Cha, Krishnaya Hindaya, Namo Namaha. Krishna says that there is nobody is dear to me more than the preacher who has dedicated his life for spreading my glories. Yes, now we are standing in the Brahmachari Ashram, which is going to be the residence of the dedicated members of ISKM Pondicherry. So far, we have about of the now we are standing in the Brahmachari Ashram, which is going to be the residence of the
It's where actually, bro?
This is Pondicherry.
Pondicherry.
See how many brahmacharis they
in the
have.
Brahmachari Ashram, which is going to be
It's almost full.
the residence of the
Bro, ISKM branches in India mainly is in Pondicherry and
Yes,
not
but
expanding much.
yeah, you need to go fast because there is no space. Seems like the floor is full.
dedicated members of ISKM
That's it. Prabhu is watching over them all.
Pondicherry. So far,
Okay.
we have about 10 brahmacharis, and then this ashram floor that we are standing is capable of holding about 22 brahmacharis. So this is one room. This is having actually 5 similar rooms that can take 2 brahmachari each, and then this also has 2 single rooms, and then we also have a dormitory that can take about 10 people. So all these people is going to stay here, and this is going to be the core operation place for all the fully dedicated volunteers. Basically, many of them are engineers, and like even they have even given up the education, and then they have given the life for peace and Srila Prabhupada. So I personally take care of the brahmacharis, that I want to give the best accommodation facilities for them. So here there will be nicely furnished, and then there will be tables for them to read, and there will be cot for them, and there will be a good place for them to live. So what we request you is that you can donate one room. One room is only 3 lakh rupees. That will be the residence of 2 brahmacharis. You can also sponsor the single bedroom for 2 lakh rupees, and you can also sponsor the dormitory room that can use for staying 10 brahmacharis or students, and that is about 7 lakh rupees. So all the donors' name and their family name will be mentioned outside every room. The devotees are remembering you every day. So your name will be mentioned here that you are the sponsor of this particular room. See, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rooms, and it's equally 5 double rooms and 2 single rooms and 1 dormitory that can hold 10 brahmacharis. So come forward, kindly donate your room. It is very urgent. Don't forget, December 19 is the disappearance day of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and we are going to open this entire floor with the hand of His Grace Sundar Gopal Prabhu. And he's here, and I want to take the opportunity. We want to get the mercy of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Prabhupada, and then Sundar Gopal Prabhu also. So we don't have much time. This 1 month is going to be very crucial. Come forward. Double room is 3 lakh rupees only. Single room is 2 lakh rupees. And then this dormitory is 7 lakh rupees. And your donation is 80G tax exempted. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Kindly contact me. Jai Prabhupada.
Oh, what I'm so nice thing. Bro, what I get it now that yeah.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Very good.
So what I get now that yeah, like the system is so perfect as said by God, like the four varnashramas. You just follow those. Like people are not doing that. Like mainly Brahmana aspect is just absent. So if like teachers are absent, then if teachers are absent, like everybody will become mad, na? That is for sure.
Yes, Prabhu. I remember somewhere Prabhupada said that also that now in this time, this Varnashrama is not so possible.
And they'll do that foolish
Yes, Prabhu. In
Sanskrit
Kali Yuga, it
bindings
is
and
not
all.
possible to follow
Yes,
Varnashram
Yeah.
systems because people are not austere.
everything is polluted. In Kali Yuga,
Well,
everything.
your voice is breaking, Prabhu, actually. Not very clear.
Yes, Prabhu. In
My
Kali Yuga,
voice?
everything is polluted, so we need to chant only.
Like it's like in coming in intervals.
Is it clear?
Not much.
I'm thinking, is it only you or is it for others? Or
No,
it's
no, Prabhu. I am hearing your voice clearly.
it was Prabhu's connection. Okay, I think now we need to start Sikshastakam prayers because it's going to go whole night otherwise.
Prabhu, did you even
We
read
should break that record sometime, Swami Prabhu.
this reading session? They are all Q&A. And Devash Prabhu, I love when you speak. It is only constant flow of wisdom. I love hearing your voice, Prabhu. I wanted to tell this.
Oh, thank you, Prabhu, so much.
Prabhu, we can complete the half of the chapter.
Yes, Prabhu. But I think we cannot read too much because it's too late and it's how much we got. It's like 5. Okay, we can decide either we read the rest of the pages or we read Sikshastakam.
We'll read Sikshastakam, Prabhu.
Anyone?
I
Maybe
vote
we can do
Sikshastakam.
both.
How
Yes.
many
It's
pages?
like 10:41 here. Yeah. So we can read one page and then we'll read Sikshastakam.
Yeah, there is 5 pages, so it's like
If 5 pages is there, we can read full.
Yeah, let's read if it's 5.
Yes, Prabhu, okay. If you want to read, then anyone can read.
Yes, Prabhu, I can read.
Yes, thank you, Prabhu.
Again, the voice is breaking. Like
As Krishna said through it all the way.
very much disturbances are coming.
Yes, Prabhu, it's your connection, I think.
What's happening today? But main thing I got. Like that's why I was like so much.
All the ladies and women began to regard him with great affection. Krishna and Balrama carried various kinds of booty ornaments and jewels carefully collected from the battlefield and presented them to King Ugrasena. Krishna thus offered his respect to his grandfather, because he was at that time the uh, crowned king of the Yadu dynasty. Jarasandha, the king of Magadha, not only besieged the city of Mathura once, but he attacked it 17 times in the same way, equipped with the same number of military phalanxes. Each and every time he was defeated, and all his soldiers were killed by Krishna, and each time he had to return disappointed in the same way. Each time the princely order of the Yadu dynasty arrested Jarasandha in the same way, and again released him in an insulting manner, and each time Jarasandha aimlessly returned home. While Jarasandha was attempting one such attack, Yavana king somewhere to the south of Mathura became attracted by the opulence of the dynasty, and uh, also attacked the city. It is said that the king of the uh, which one, that Yavanas, known as Kalayavana, was induced to attack by Narada. Prabhu, can you close? Attacked by Narada. This story is narrated in the Vishnu Purana. Once Gargamuni, the priest of the dynasty, was taunted by his brother-in-law. When the kings of the Yadu dynasty heard the taunted, they laughed out him, laughed at him, and Gargamuni became angry at the Edu dynasties. He decided that he could produce someone who could be very fearful to the Edu dynasty. So he pleased Lord Shiva and received from him the benediction of the sun. He begot this son Kalyavana in the wife of a Yavana king. This Kalevana inquired from Narada, who are the most powerful kings in the world. Narada informed him that the Yadus were the most powerful. Being those informed by Narada, Kalevana attacked the city of Mathura at the same time that Jarasandha attempted to attack it for the 18th time. Kalevana was very anxious to declare war on a king of the world who would be a suitable combatant for him, but he had not found any. However, being informed about Mathura by Narada, he thought it wise to attack this city. When he attacked Mathura, he brought with him 30 million Yavana soldiers. When Mathura, he brought with him 30 million Yavana soldiers. I thought. When Mathura was those besieged, Lord Sri Krishna began to consider how much the Yadu dynasty was in distress, being threatened by the attacks of two formidable enemies, Jarasandha and Kalyavana. The time was growing very short. Kalyavana was already besieged at Mathura from all sides, and it was expected that the next day Jarasandha would also come, occupied with the same number of divisions of soldiers as in his previous 17th attempts. Krishna was certain that Jarasandha would take advantage of the opportunity to capture Mathura, even it was also being besieged by Kalevana. He therefore thought it wise to take precautionary measures to defend the strategic points of Mathura. If both Krishna and Balarama were engaged in fighting with Kalevana at one place, Jarasandha might come at another place to attack the whole Yadu family. Jarasandha might the family and take his revenge. Jarasandha was very powerful, and having been defeated 17 times, he might vengefully kill the members of the Yadu family or arrest them and take them to his kingdom. Krishna therefore decided to construct a formidable fought in a place where no two-legged animal, neither man or demon, could enter. He decided to keep his relatives there so that he would then be free to fight with the enemy. It appears that formerly Dwarka was also part of the kingdom of Mathura, because in the Srimad Bhagavatam it is stated that Krishna constructed a fort in the midst of the sea. Remnants of the fort which Krishna constructed are still existing on the Bay of Dwarka. He first of all constructed a very strong wall covering 96 square miles, and the wall itself was within the sea. It was certainly wonderful and was planned and constructed by Vishwakarma. No ordinary architect could construct such a fort within the sea, but an architect like Vishwakarma, who is considered to be the engineer among the demigods, can execute such wonderful craftsmanship anywhere in any part of the universe. If huge planets can be floated in weightlessness in the outer space by the arrangement of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Surely the architectural construction of a fort within the sea covering a space of 96 square miles was not a very wonderful act. It is stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam that this new well constructed city developed within the sea had a regular planned roads, streets, and lands. Not only were there well-planned roads, trees, and lanes, but there were well-planned paths and gardens filled with plants known as kalpavrakshas, or desert trees. These desert trees are not like the ordinary trees of the material world. The desert trees are found in spiritual world by Krishna's supreme will. Everything as possible. So such desire trees were planted in this city of Dwarka constructed by Krishna. The city was also filled with many palaces and gopuras or big gates. These gopura are still found in some of the larger temple. They are very high and constructed with extreme architect skill. Such palaces and gates held golden water pots, kalasa. These water spots on the gates or in the palaces are considered to be auspicious sign. Uh, Although all the palaces were skyscrapers, in each and every house there were big pots of gold and silver and grains stocked in underground rooms, and there were many golden water pots within the rooms. The bedrooms were all bedecked with jewels, and the floors were mosaic pavements of Mar- Marakata jewels. The Vishnu deity worshipped by the descendants of Yadu was installed in each house in the city. The residential quarters were so arranged and that the different castes, Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras had their respective quarters. It appears from this that the caste system was existing even at that time. In the city center of the city, there was another residential quarter made specifically for King Ugrasena. This place was the most dazzling of all the houses. When the demigod saw that Krishna was constructing a particular city of his own choice, they sent the celebrated Parijata flowers of the heavenly planet to be planted in the new city, and they also sent a parliamentary house, Sudharma. The specific quality of this assembly house was that anyone participating in a meeting within it would overcome the influence of invalidity due to old age. The demigod Varuna also presented a horse which was all white except for black ears and each ears which could run at the speed of the mind. Kuvera, the treasurer of the demigods, presented the heart of attaining the eight perfectional stages of material opulence. In this way, all the demigods began to present their respective gifts according to their different capacities. There are 33 million demigods, and each of them is entrusted with a particular department of universal management. All the demigods took the opportunity of the supreme personality of Godheads constructing a city of his own choice to represent their respective gift, making the city of Mathura unique within the universe. This proves that there are undoubtedly innumerable demigods, but none of them are independent of Krishna. As stated in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna is the supreme master, and all others are servants. So all the servants took the opportunity of rendering service to Krishna when he was personally present within the East universe. This example should be followed by all, especially those who are Krishna consciousness, for they should serve Krishna by their respective abilities. When the new city was fully constructed according to plan, Krishna transferred all the inhabitants of Mathura and entrusted Sri Balaram as the city father. After this, he consulted with Balarama, and being garlanded with lotus flowers, he came out of the city to meet Kalyavana, who had already seized Mathura without taking up any weapons. When Krishna came out of the city, Kalyavan, who had never seen Krishna before, saw him to be extraordinarily beautiful, dressed in yellow garments. Passing through his assembly of soldiers, Krishna appeared like the moon in the sky. Passing through the assembled clouds, Kalyavan was fortunate enough to see the lines of Srivastha, a particular impression on the chest of Sri Krishna, and the Kaustubha jewel which he was wearing. Kalyavana saw him, however, in his Vishnu form with a well built body with four hands and eyes like newly blooming lotus petals. Krishna appeared blissful with a handsome forehead and beautiful face, smiling restless eyes and moving earrings. Before seeing Krishna, Kalivana had heard about him from Narada, and now the descriptions of Narada were confirmed. He noticed Krishna's specific marks and the jewels of his chest, his beautiful garlands of lotus flowers, his lotus eye, lotus like eyes are eyes, and similarly beautiful bodily features. He concluded that this beautiful personality must be Vasudeva, because every description of Naradas which he had heard previously was sustained by the presence of Krishna. Kalivana was very much astonished to see that he was passing through without any weapon in his hands, and without any chariot. He was simply walking on foot. Kalivana had come to fight with Krishna, and yet he had sufficient principles not to take up any kind of weapon. He decided to fight with him hand to hand. Thus, he prepared to capture Krishna and fight. Krishna, however, went ahead without looking at Kalivan, and Kalivan began to follow him with the desire to capture him. But in spite of all his swift running, he could not capture Krishna. Krishna cannot be captured even by the mental speed attained by great yogis. He can be captured only by devotional service, and Kalivana was not practiced in devotion service. He wanted to capture Krishna, and as he could not do so, he was following him from behind. Like it was still the Damodar Leela, where Yashodama is running to
Yes,
capture
Prabhu.
Krishna.
Yes, Kalayavan couldn't approach him.
Yes, Prabhu. But Yashodamaya is by devotion service captured.
Yes, Prabhu.
Then Kalevanaga began running very fast, and he was thinking, "No, I am nearer. I will capture him." But he could not. Krishna led him far away, and he entered the cave of a hill. Kalevana thought that Krishna was trying to avoid fighting with him, and was therefore taking shelter of the cave. He began to chastise him with the following words: "Oh, you Krishna, I heard that you are a great hero born in the dynasty of Yadu, but I see that you are verily running away from fighting like a coward. It is not worthy of your good name and family tradition." Kalivana was following, running very fast, but still he could not catch Krishna because he was not freed from all contaminations of sinful life. According to the Vedic culture, anyone who does not live following the regulative principles of life observed by the higher caste like the Brahmanas, Kshatriya, Vaishyas, and even the laborer class is called Mlecha. The Vedic social situation is so planned that persons who are accepted as Sudras can gradually be elevated to the position of Brahmanas by the cultural advancement known as samskara, or the purificatory process. The versions of the Vedic scriptures is that no one becomes a Brahmana or a Mlecha simply by birth. By birth, everyone is accepted as Shudra. One has
See, here, if Amit Prabhu stayed and he listened, then he would have seen this because it was like direct answer to his thing.
direct answer. Accepted. One has to elevate himself by purificatory process to the stage of Brahmanical life. If he doesn't, if he regards himself to the further, then he is called Mlecha. Kalivana belonged to the class of Mlecha, and Yavanas. He was contaminated by sinful activities and could not approach Krishna. The principles from which higher classmen are restricted, namely Elite 66 Elite 66 include indulgence, meat eating, gambling, and intoxication are part and parcel of the lives of the wretches and Evanas. Being born by such sinful activities, one cannot make any advancement in God realizations. The Bhagavad Gita confirms that only one who is completely freed from all sinful reactions can be engaged in devotion service of or Krishna consciousness. When Krishna entered the cave of the Caliban followed, chastising him with various harsh words. Krishna suddenly disappeared from the demon's sight, but Caliban followed and also entered the cave. The first thing he saw was a man lying down asleep within the cave. Kalivana was very anxious to fight with Krishna, and when he could not see Krishna but saw instead only a man lying down, he thought that Krishna was sleeping within this cave. Kalivana was very puffed up and proud of his strength, and he thought Krishna was avoiding the fight. Therefore, he very strongly kicked the sleeping man, thinking him to be Krishna. The sleeping man had been lying down for a very long time. When he was awakened by the kicking of Caliban, he immediately opened his eyes and began to look around in all directions. At last, he began to see Caliban, who was standing nearby. This man was untimely awakened and therefore very angry. And when he looked upon Caliban in his angry mood, rays of fire emanated from his eyes, and Caliban burned him into ashes with a moment. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta, the purport of the 49th chapter of Krishna. Krishna erects the Dwarka fort.
Haribo.
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 Yes, thank you so much, Prabhu. This was really nice chapter. He kicked Muchu.
50 of century.
Okay, today we will skip the Siksastakam because it's really late.
Let's go.
So thank you so
Prabhu,
much.
I was thinking
Yes, Prabhu.
maybe sometime in the future we will do this reading session for a whole night. You know, like we used to do previously with Rishikesh, Prabhu, and everyone.
Yes, Prabhu. We will need to see.
Not today, but after.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, the morning program, wake up, we cannot miss though. That's important.
Yes.
Yes, thank you so much for Prabhu's joining today. It was really nice.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Aero Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Jero.
No, thank you, Sami Prabhu, and all for letting me join here today.
Next time, Aero Prabhu will start reading. Haribo.
Yes,
Okay, yeah. Yes,
that-
thank you.
thank you, Prabhu.
from tomorrow.
Thank you,
See
Prabhu.
you tomorrow, Prabhu's in the Istagosti session.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hero
tomorrow-
Prabhu is like Krishna.
Tomorrow
He
is,
appears from millennium to
Hey,
millennium.
Istagosti session is tomorrow, Prabhu. Is it not on Sunday?
Yes, Prabhu, and yes, it's tomorrow. For
Okay, what time is it?
I think same time.
5.
Okay.
4.
It reads there on the group, probably. Yeah.
Okay, Prabhu.
Thank you, Vivek. You always touch your hair. I will draw you nicely. He just put the camera to see his haircut. Vivek Prabhu, we all saw you, Prabhu. You cannot escape. Oh, it's so beautiful.
12. It's 12:13 in Finland time.
It's 11
Okay.
here. It's very late in Finland. It's
I mean,
12:30 p.m.
no,
or
Prabhu.
a.m.
I mean, Istagosti tomorrow is 12:13
Oh.
a.m. for us. 4 p.m. Indian time. This is Helsinki time.
Okay, see you there. I need to really come there. Make
Yes.
myself come.
Okay. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Something is going on in the Stoka group. This pizza video. See you tomorrow, Prabhu.
Haribo.
Haribo.
Haribo. Thank you, Prabhu.
Jai Shri Prabhupada.